truth, man, here in the channel is the No Majors, No Simping, All Subjects channel. So we be doing the beware of these type of women, but we've been also doing beware of these type of ninjas. And today I'm doing Fat Joe. I'm doing Fat Joe, and this is easy work. This is a slam dunk. I've been peep game on Fat Joe. I ain't never really liked him like that for that reason. Like you can pretty much tell, and I knew a long time ago that Fat Joe was culture vulturing. He was culture vulturing. He was basically, Big Pun was better than Fat Joe, man. Fat Joe has been a culture vulture, and now he don't really need black people like that. So now he coming out with all this nonsense, this little racist rants, talking all this old goofy stuff. But let me tell you about this type of dude. This type of dude is an instigator. He's fake, and it's one of the most dangerous dudes that you can encounter, whether you're in prison. This the dude that'll tell you to come in the bathroom, man. I want to make a deal with you, and then you come in the bathroom and you get poked up or you get jumped on. The Fat Joe type of ninja. You know, trying to take credit for and basically disrespecting a bunch of rap kings with his little racist rats, man. I'm telling you, this dude, man, is a user. Look, man, y'all think y'all gotta watch out for these women, but y'all gotta watch out for a lot of these guys too. These guys will line you up. These guys be instigating, and these guys is a user. Fat Joe the type where you have a cold, or you have the flu or something, and he'll be trying to instigate you into boxing, putting the gloves on and boxing with a dude on the street. That's Fat Joe. That's what type of dude he is. The little messy instigator, fake dude that use people. I told y'all this is gonna be easy work, and I really thought about putting him on the grill. But let me. You know what? I'm not even giving him the view of playing what he said. I'm not. But I'm telling you, if you know any dudes like this, don't, for one, you know, you don't blame a whole entire race on one person. Like, I know a lot of Puerto Ricans and Latinos that are cool. A bunch of them. Loyal. They not like Fat Joe. But I also know some people that are like Fat Joe. And Fat Joe, really, all that stuff he was saying, he didn't have to say that, man. He was holding on to that until, and here's another thing y'all gotta watch out for. A lot of these people just gonna try to say some outrageous stuff just to be relevant, to get their name ringing bells again. That's him. He the dude, the one-up type of ninja. Nah, man, that ain't nothing. I did this. Nah, man, you know what, man? You know what, son? Who you sonning? You ain't gonna son me. Who you sonning? Nugget head Mark? But yeah, man, you gotta watch out for this type of dude, man. You gotta watch out for him. You know what? I think I might play it. I'm gonna play it. Hold on. I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna play what he said. Listen to this fat punk. You should call him Fat Punk.
You believe Fat Joe said hip hop was Puerto Rican and black?
First of all, I don't like. I'm a stop claiming them. But historically, what do you think Puerto Ricans are, man? Well, no, I ain't gonna stop claiming the ones that's cool, but I'm just saying, like, all of this trying to distinguish themselves, I get it, you trying to make massive proud, but like a lot of us, we might have some similar ancestry, man. I'm just saying.
My God, the world changed on me, nigga. I'm like, yo,
You know what?
where you been?
Let's get into that, because I think people outside of New York, it's hard for them to understand, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Guyanese.
First of all, regardless of your opinion on who
This
created
is Poetic Flacco.
Right.
And against
So their
them, but
job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't Black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say it there? We're gonna give them too much clout.
I mean,
the FBA found.
so he got a problem with FBA getting clout. Excuse me. So y'all should have a problem with supporting anything he owned then. Enough of this stuff, man. Trying to bury us. Enough of this. If you gonna bury us, you ain't getting no money off of us, man. Go get your money where you go get your money from them.
Foundational Black Authority, whoever the fuck these broke niggas is. I'll just keep.
He just being disrespectful at this point. And he don't know what they got. And listen, some of y'all niggas is morons with money. Y'all be doing all kind of stuff. Y'all be engaging in all kind of stuff. Broke this, broke that. Man, come with that when your life is right, man. Okay, when your life is right and you talk that, I'll be like, you know what, man, you got a point. But if you doing like you tooting coke and you doing all this drugs and you being a sexual weirdo and all this stuff, I don't want to hear nothing about your money, man. It don't matter, okay? If me and you die right now, where your money gonna get you? How much money you gonna spend the first day you die? How much money you gonna spend the first day when you an intake into eternity? How much money you gonna spend? Broke this, broke that, broke this, broke that. If somebody comes shoot you dead right now, how much money you gonna spend? Yeah, all right.
In a buck, and that shit is to attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, your leader? Oh, man, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And so they trying to change the narrative. They're not from New York.
This dude is a rapper talking all this old crazy stuff and trying to put somebody down that talk like legitimate stuff. Like he trying to put down Tariq, Nasheed, and other people, and you talking about shooting people and selling drugs on the block. Nigga, please. Why you gotta sell dope? Okay, well, we know you ain't selling nothing, but you ain't even, but I will go to one of his songs, but I already know they're gonna copyright me. But he ain't talking about nothing, y'all.
Here's when Fat Joe goes back to vintage Fat Joe. See, Fat Joe is now the friendly uncle, and all of us forget that Fat Joe is actually gangster. So Fat Joe,
and that's another thing. Don't nobody care about that. It's a lot of gangsters, man, but none of us invincible. Nobody invincible. Nobody invincible. We all gonna die sooner or later. I don't fear no man. I'm not worried about it, man. Like stuff can happen. Stuff can happen at any time. But what I look like? Well, excuse me, God, but I'm gonna fear this man. Man, get the.
We're at Yankee Stadium right now, and it's hip hop's 50th birthday, and the guy who invented it, Grandmaster Flash.
And then all these dudes, man, nothing against the East Coast in general. I'm a West Coast. I prefer West Coast and Southern rap. and even Midwestern top authority and that kind of stuff, and Bone Thugs. But man, all these dudes talking all this stuff about situations, trying to make themselves look tough. Man, Tupac was hoeing everybody on the East Coast. Everybody. The only one they say he wasn't was Nas. I'm not trying to hear it, man. Now he dead. Man, yeah, because I would have did. Yeah, son, this, Timberland boot that. Get the.
My brother carried these crates. My babysitters made up the, let me hear you say, ho. It's two girls, twins, used to babysit me. They made up, let me hear you say, ho. So they have a big problem, these guys, right? So they're against anybody who ain't with them. So this ain't a popular
Not true.
message. This ain't what everybody's saying. We might be giving them too much light right here is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
So there's a small
You that worried about that?
minority to get on them Twitters and they running it up. We got a fucking Looney Tune like your man Lord Jamal, who's a fucking Looney Tune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's a loony bin, right? We just said that
Lord Jamar got some good takes, better than his.
the drug of choice is attention. It's this and this and that. They get a guy who
You 50 years old. No, really, I think Fat Joe older than me. Hold on. And you trying to dress and act like a 20-something that still be in a nightclub with a blunt in his mouth, but you want to talk about somebody else. See, this is practically finna become smoke, but this is we still gonna stay on subject. Beware of these type of ninjas. Hold on. Let's see how old Fat Joe is. He probably older than me. Yeah, he older than me. He 54 years old, man. And yeah, it's all right. It's okay to dress hip sometimes. I do. But when you get to popping off on dudes like he doing with Lord Jamar and Tariq Nasheed, then what? Every time we see you got a suit on? Let me see. I gotta go back to it.
He was a legend. He's brand Nubian.
Right.
And he's the wackest nigga in the crew. Be clear.
Fat Joe, the only white man who can say
He called him white.
That proudly and freely, man, without no consequences, man. I know Fat Joe ethnicity is or his nationality is probably Puerto Rican, but come on now, bro. Yo, you can look at Fat Joe and tell, all right, bro. like that's your nationality, man, but your ancestry is clearly European. It's kind of like Canelo Alvarez, who's from Mexico, but his
Poetic Flacco, his takes be pretty good, man. I gotta give it to him.
Nationality is Mexican, but you can clearly see, his ancestry is European. Right? But do I agree with Fat Joe's comments on Lord Jamar? No. Do I feel like Lord Jamar is doing anything outrageously out of the ordinary to go viral? I don't, bro. I do feel like he is being honest though with his opinions when it comes to Puerto Ricans and hip hop, because Lord Jamar is one of those like super pro black Hebrew Israelites dudes, right? No, I think he's a 5%er. So he is one of those people who do put black before anything else. So I do believe he's being honest and transparent with his opinion. But man, it's just.
Hey, hold on. He should have put him on blast. Okay, let's see what Tariq Nasheed had to say. Roast King.
Tariq Nasheed drops receipts on Fat Joe's racist comments in the past. And for you to get all the information that you need, I suggest you go and watch that video. It's very well done. But I want to start off with something very important that Mr.
Fair use O'Shea, fair use Flacco.
Sonny Bravo said.
In recent years, there's been a concerted effort to undermine FBAs with the original origin narrative in hip hop and discredit us altogether.
He's absolutely correct. You see, a lot of people are doing whatever they can to undermine the past accomplishments and efforts of FBA, or those formerly known as the Negro, the Afro-American, or the historic African-American community. And this is interesting because this...
Hold on.
They've been like lately talking about Latinos wasn't in rap and this and this. These guys are luching. We're from the Bronx, New York. It happens. And so when hip hop started, it's Latino and black, half and half. But they going at me.
No, I'm not saying that they didn't contribute in the origins of it, but he did what Joe Leguizamo tried to do. He gave him more credit than they actually should have got.
Because I'm like the only Spanish dude, like really with a big voice. And Latinos wasn't there. You was invited. You are a specimen. I don't know what the f is up with these people. They don't know their facts.
These people, racist. He don't need y'all no more, man.
So that's interesting. Fat Joe believes that Puerto Ricans started hip hop along with African Americans in the Bronx, which is a new theory that I've never heard of. I've heard of the Jamaican community contributing to, 50% of the hip hop. I've heard African Americans saying 100% hip hop. Okay, whatever it is, I've never heard this story. But this is a story that Fat Joe is running with. And it's interesting because Fat Joe reminds me of what Tariq Nasheed would consider a tether. And a tether is just, it's a rope or a chain in which an animal is tied to restrict its movement. It can also be something that somebody would say they can latch on to or to halter or something like that. It's kind of...
And how they are two of the biggest culture vultures. If you really take a look at both of their careers though, right, between Fat Joe and Jennifer...
Wait, hold on. Who else he say? But I agree with him. Fat Joe is definitely a culture vulture. Let's see who else he said.
Joe is. If the car is FBA, then what Fat Joe did in his career is tether himself to the African American community. And this is how Fat Joe got popular. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of Puerto Ricans in New York City, but it wasn't enough Puerto Ricans in New York City hip hop scene to make Fat Joe who he was. The same case with Jennifer Lopez. They needed somebody to make them hot. And who made them hot? Well,
Black
it
people.
was the African American community.
Good
And shout out to Brother B. Miles from the Conscious
There it go right there. Let's keep going.
Community channel because he said the same exact thing.
And how they are two of the biggest culture vultures. If you really take a look at both of their careers though, right, between Fat Joe and Jennifer Lopez, both of them are Puerto Rican though, right?
He said Jennifer Lopez, yep.
And here's the funny thing about it. In order for both of them...
Jennifer Lopez needed Ice Cube on Anaconda. She needed the Wayans brothers on Living Color. He's absolutely right. Fat Joe was riding Nas' coattail.
In order for both of their careers to really go to the top, who do they get around? They got around our people. Like how Fat Joe, when he was hanging around, digging in the crates, DITC. He was up there hanging around the brothers with Lord Finesse, Big L, Showbiz, AG, and them. And then of course he wound up, hanging around like Biggie, Wu-Tang, Nas, all of them other rappers and stuff like that though, right?
But after Fat Joe dissed FBA,
these rumors were made by radical black racists. Let's just say that. Okay.
Black racist, but I don't know if he don't know his history or he being racist. Like almost like he trying to separate himself from black people or whatever. He used them to get where he got, but now he trying to separate himself.
It's a group of these guys that don't want to hear Jamaican, don't want to hear Guyanese, they don't want to hear a black guy that ain't down with them. Right? So their job is to criticize anybody who don't look like them or who ain't black American.
Who are these guys?
You want me to say it there? We're going to give them too much clout.
I mean,
Big demeaning when it came to white black people. And Joe would join that conversation.
And there's another brother who Fat Joe thought was Hispanic, and watch what he had to say.
Like you said at the start of this, like a lot of people thought that I was Spanish. So, he would be on the movement of, us Latinos got to make it. We got to do this. We got to do that. And I'm listening like, wow. Because at the time, it was a lot of brothers doing the music. And he was coming in throughout, digging in the crates and all these other brothers that was putting him on. So I guess he felt like now it's time for us.
Yeah, DITC, riding his coattails.
To take over.
And so Fat Joe calls blacks Merinos. Now I had to go and look at what a Merino is because my Spanish is not the best if it's terrible because I can't speak it at all. But a Merino is a dark-haired or dark-skinned person, which could be black. And it's crazy because when Fat Joe is around the black community, he's really building, he's being accepted as a black person. But he's telling the people this is our time. It's our time to shine. It ain't their time. And he grew up around nothing but black people. They put him on. But then at the same time, he don't want to really tell his hatred for the community. So the reason or the way that he wants to
they would have disowned him
is to say, well, your accomplishment
DMX probably would have tried to fight him
50-50. And then really want to call FBA dusty and broke dudes. Well, at the same time, you've been disrespecting FBA the whole entire time.
Right.
Wait a minute, there's more. Lisa Rios was the wife of popular rapper Big Pun, who I believe passed away in the year 2000, okay? He died at the young age of 28.
Riding his coattails,
check this out. Why does Big Pun's former wife feel so strongly about her hatred towards Fat Joe?
If it wasn't for Pun, Joe would have probably faded out, because if another label would have signed Pun, I feel, Joe probably would have faded out in the back. But to know the fact that I know that Pun gave Joe, all right, we're gonna call you Don Carter Jr., and then wrote everything after that.
He wrote everything. The
whole Don Carter Jr. album, everything. He just wrote everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
but at the same time, I feel like, if he's better and Fat Joe could do that, I think that's a smart move for even.
No, Joe's a smart man. He's a smart businessman. I never said that. He's a very smart businessman. He's relevant all these years.
I'm putting you on, help me write. If you're better, mine is, why not? And cause I'm trying to really, because what's taking so long? I don't understand.
So long of what?
To get to build that Big Pun's legacy, to get y'all together. For me, you and Fat Joe, why is it 20 years? How long? And you guys still haven't managed to really settle. And he said that he wants just an apology. You can't do that. As in,
are you serious?
No, I'm asking you.
Why would I give him an apology after what he put my family through and what he did legally?
Was it legally? How?
You know what? Can we stop this for a second?
Yeah.
I'm leaving this interview.
What?
Because this is like a whole Fat Joe situation now. I'm good off of this.
As you can see, she got up and walked out the situation. She was out. She had no time for the dude. And the reality is that a lot of these people, when they come out and try to, make the history revisionist and they want to put their people.
And I got a question. Is it just me? Am I out of touch with music? Or why don't I recall many songs that Fat Joe, where Biggie put Fat Joe on, or where Tupac was making music with Method Man, with people all on the East Coast? Why he ain't never deal with Fat Joe? Tupac is a good read of people, man. He probably knew that dude was a mark and a fake. Let me know, man, if I'm wrong and they made songs, man, let me know, because I would love to hear it. I don't got no Fat Joe songs in my playlist. Not even one. Not even one. No, I would have Big Pun. Big Pun was good. He just crushed a lot.
On, that's why black people got to look at who their real friends are. I'm not trying to say that you can't have friends.
That's why I'm making this beware of this ninja.
African American, they may come from other communities, but when they start doing this, nah, G, we gotta understand what the play is. And again, I tell you, that's not uncommon, man. Like I said, I live in.
If you don't boycott Fat Joe after this, you hate yourself. Like you on the side with Nick Fuentes. Now Fat Joe over there. So Fat Joe, you agree with Nick. Okay. Yep. Fat Joe, Pearly Things, and Nick Fuentes. Got you. I got you tapped in. Nick Fuentes and Pearly Things. Got you. Right where you need to be.
And I see other people, like, for example, I was in a debate, not me in a debate, but I was listening to the debate of who created Afro beats. Was it Nigeria or Ghana? Now you got Ghanaians all up and down that says that Afro beats was created by them. And when you look at the history, it's credited by Fela Kuti, who also came to the United States and kicked.
Enough of this, man. I don't got time for Fat Joe. I told y'all, the user, culture vulture, instigator, disrespectful. You don't want to hang with dudes like that. Like Fat Joe, the dude that when you get in some mess with somebody else, you be like, man, you be trying to figure out who behind it, and then you figure out it was him. Like, wait a minute, so how would you find out about that? And Fat Joe told me. All right, man, get Fat Joe on the phone. No, well, son, you know what I'm saying? Well, you be like, did you say it or not? Yeah, I said it, nigga. What you gonna do about it? And it take you practically a year to catch him by himself. Cause he the type to hide behind other killers. Yep. I don't even see why he going on this rant about FBAs anyway. What's your point? Enough of this dude, man. Hey, Fat Joe. Hey, you already ain't in my playlist, so I might as well do this to you.